Alright guys, here we are back down on the River Thames. It's been about 2 or 3 weeks since I've been out, so I'm here super early, as I always say, and yeah, let's see what I find today. You know how it goes with me, I've got this thing, the first thing I spot that's notable. Well, here's the first thing, it's a piece of salt glazed saggar. I'm going to leave this one here, and I really mean it, I am going to leave this one here. I've got heaps of this stuff. And yeah, you can see there the little aperture. This is a piece of pottery that was made to go in a kiln, and inside other vessels would be fired, and this aperture lets the heat circulate and protects the vessel inside from the salt in the salt glazed kiln. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna leave it. I'm saying I'm gonna leave it. I'm gonna take it because I could, just hear me out, I could build up my saggar collection and make my own saggar. Okay, I'm gonna take it. There. Second thing I've seen, another piece of saggar. Genuinely, I will be leaving this piece. No, I won't. Yeah, so 2 pieces of saggar, not right next to each other, but kind of near, and the fact that they are the 2 things that are sticking out, pointing out to me from the foreshore, does that mean it's going to be a pottery day? We will see. The signs are all there that it is going to be a pottery day, and here we go, another, what lots of people might consider to be an inconsequential piece of London area post-medieval redware. I will, it comes as no surprise, be taking, because look there, we've got some fingernail marks and some thumbprints, and here too. So yes, this is the kind of thing that gets me going. I mean, this redware was everywhere, it's ubiquitous, but so, you know, unless you get some feature in it like I always bang on about, then maybe you'd consider not taking it, but things like this I just can't resist. I really can't. I'll never know who made it. It's just that somehow I feel a connection. I can't quite work out. Now, I'll probably need the help of Richard Henry or another pottery guru. Is that a base with a little crimped edge? I think it probably is. Interesting. Yeah, it's coming with me. Okay, in the bag you go. Big shout out now to the pottery doctor Richard Henry, the one and only, who has revealed all. This is a piece of medieval pottery, probably Mill Green or South Hertfordshire ware, and it's indeed a fragment of vessel base that has been pinched or thumbed along the bottom there. So not London area post-medieval redware at all. Thank you, as ever, my pottery guru, Richard Henry. Go and check out some of his videos if you need help with pottery IDs. So I'm just walking through to another area, and I wanted to say this is my favourite kind of weather. No one asked, I know, no one asked, but I'm letting you know, this is my favourite kind of weather for mudlarking. Overcast, little bit kind of hazy. Everything's a bit unsure of itself. It might pour at any moment, and the sun might come out at any moment. I hope it doesn't, because the sun and searching don't always go hand in hand, I've said it before. So yeah, favourite weather right here. Okay, so at this point we can just call me the saggar repair specialist. No, the saggar recovery specialist. Yes, I'm going to take it because it's a piece of base. So as I was saying a few minutes ago, I'm trying to build my own saggar from these Fragments, and I have quite a lot of base, but there are some wedges missing, so I'm going to take it. I know it's a long shot. It is a long shot because the chances of this piece fitting exactly where I want it to, but stranger things have happened. We do find pieces, fragments on the foreshore one week, come back a month later and find a corresponding piece. So yeah, I'm going to take it. If it doesn't work, well then we'll see. It's just more pottery in my house, isn't it? But I will show you the results, in fact, at some point. Yeah, okay. Salt glazed saggar fragment. There's been a huge sand shift over here, so I'm just having a look through the sand, and this beautiful piece of tin glazed Delftware came up. These vibrant colours. It's almost like cyan kind of colour there. Cobalt blue, and then yes, this greeny. No, I can't remember. I will have a look and put the info on the screen. So the cobalt makes the blue, and I can't remember what the green is. But yeah, polychrome Delftware. Gorgeous. I'll get that cleaned up at home and show you. That's a lovely, lovely piece. I've found my coin line, folks, so just going to work here for a couple of seconds. A washer popped up, and then this modern penny popped up, so let's see if any older, there we go, first drop of the day, let's see if any older, more significant coins pop up. I was just trying to see the date on there, my eyes are terrible. I think it's 82, a vintage year, but not quite as good as 81. Okay, there we go. I've picked this piece of bone up here because you can see it's been worked, it's been filed down to be prepared perhaps for a handle of some sort, so I'll take that home. I love a piece of worked bone, as you know, and just to prove that I'm not totally unable to decide what I am and not going to take, here is a piece of saggar, a different kind of saggar. This is tin glazed saggar, and the reason I'm not going to take this, and I truly am not, unless I take it to paint on, is because my interest in saggars really is with salt glazed saggars, although having said that, if I see a piece of saggar, tin glazed saggar like this with a triangular aperture in it, I will take that, as I've shown you before, and that is where it's the side of the vessel where the pegs went in to support plates that were being fired in the kiln. That's rather nice to paint on, isn't it? Oh dear, dear, dear. So this exercise was to show you I had willpower, and I think possibly I failed. I could see a lovely little some kind of nice seam on there, and then I've got this here, piece of worked bone. Okay. I've just spotted something down here that's really lovely. I don't know if you can hear me because the wind is howling here. Okay, jury might be slightly out because of this sharp bit here, but it does look a little to me like a repurposed gaming piece. So a piece of tin glazed pottery that has been worked, filed down into a circular shape to use as a gaming piece. I've got a couple of these at home. We do find them, they do exist. Just slightly unconvinced, but I mean, it's not like I can nip back to the 17th century and find out, is it? So, I don't know, you know what, I think, yeah, I'm saying it's a gaming piece, a rudimentarily carved gaming piece. Lovely, love to find these. Again, not entirely sure you can hear me because of the wind blowing about, but this area is so promising here. That said, I haven't found anything truly amazing yet. Little piece of type, which is an apposite find because this Saturday I'm going to be reading a poem I've written at Emery Walker House in Hammersmith. And so I was asked to write a poem about the Thames, which I've done. And I haven't shared it anywhere yet because of this launch on Saturday. The Emery Walker House is the home of Emery Walker, who was one part in the duo of the people who brought us the Doves type print. Obviously that legendary story that everyone knows about the Doves type being thrown off Hammersmith Bridge. I've covered it before in a video, I'll put a link in the video description. And yeah, so when I've done the poem, I don't know if it's been recorded, but I'll share it on here somehow. Anyway, little piece of type there. Can't, because my eyes are terrible, see what that is. But when I watch this later, I might be able to. I think it's a C, maybe? Maybe you can see it. Another promising spot with the mud we like to see and the signs of round circular things that aren't too heavy. So in theory, we might see some coins around here. So far, another piece of type. Nearly lost that one. Has it got anything on it? Yes, again, I cannot see, I think it's an S. And then down here I just noticed something. It's either going to be a bit of partial buckle or pendant or something, but let's go and have a look if I can find it again. Ah, I've spotted it, okay. So, you know, it might be a nothing. As I always say, it could be, but that's what mudlarking is like. You're getting a true experience. I'm going to point at it with my trowel there. So let's go in and see. Well, isn't that sweet? It's a number 1 perhaps, that was at one point attached to a brooch or something. What's that? Nothing? Yeah, cute. Little number 1. Very sweet. I think that's what it is. A stylized 1 or something, maybe a letter. L? Don't know. What do you guys think? Anyway, it was at some point attached to a larger thing, maybe a pin or a brooch or something like that. A little bit of stippled decoration on there. Cute. 2 tiny pieces for you, if not the incredibly impressive finds that you're waiting for. But remember, through fragments we travel. So here, hand-forged nail, just because I love them, 18th, 19th century. And this tiny piece of glass. I'm not entirely sure of the date. Anyway, old glass with age. I'm gonna ask my friend Florrie, because she knows a thing or two about glass. Look at that pitting in there. I think that's a beautiful piece of historic glass, so that is why I've kept that tiny fragment, and onwards we go. Finally, a bit of your solid mudlarking fare. So it's down here. I've got to find it again. It's peeping out. Yes, and I forgot as ever to take a photo, so let me just do that. I'll find it in the meantime, take a photo, then I'll come back to video. Okay folks, find has been relocated, find has been refound, and it's down here somewhere. I'll give you a second because it's nice to do a spot find every now and then. Even though I've got one mudlarking friend who cannot stand the notion of it. They cannot stand the old spot find. Anyway, have you found it yet? There we go. So I haven't picked it up. I don't know if you can hear me, the wind is blasting. Let's hope that there's something on it. A name perhaps. Okay, the back first. Nothing on there. I'm really hoping we've got a name and a maker. Let's see. Oh. Ah, we have. Fantastic. Let's hope. Okay, so that's that one wish granted. Another wish coming your way. Let's hope it's one I don't have. I can't even see it. I need to hang on a sec. You know, I can't read that with my naked eye. With my naked eye, with my spectacles on, I cannot see it. I can see it's a toe limited something, so you can have a right old laugh here, because on the screen you can probably see it quite well. But right here, right now, I can't. So we'll take that home and get that cleaned up, and we'll do a bit of research on the outfitter. Lovely. Named, addressed, not one name but two, Henry John and Donald. Not one address but two, Cornhill and Regent Street. Welcome to the ready-to-wear world of Nichols of Cornhill and Regent Street. The Regent Street premises stretched from numbers 114 to 120 and at Cornhill number 22. They also had premises in the ward of Cornhill at numbers 41 and 45 Warwick Street. H.J. and D. Nichol are well known for being at the forefront of the ready-to-wear industry from early on, the 1840s in fact. Nichols had their fingers in all the pies, naval, civil, military, motoring, gentlemen's, women's wear, you name it, they were all over it. But it was women's off-the-peg fashions that really thrust them into the spotlight for more than one reason. The Nichol brothers had their critics, you see. One well-known name to mudlarks and historians alike, Henry Mayhew, took issue with their exploitative practices. Nichols, successful, yes. But why? Well, they were mass-producing their garments and finishing articles with hand-stitching. Now this is what Mayhew was taking issue with, as this half-industrial, half-hand-finished method had a number of consequences for Nichols' workforce. When Nichols realised they could speed up production with the half-and-half method, Nichols' bespoke tailors were given the boot, and swathes of poorly paid East End workers were brought in, labouring for hours in clothing workshops known as sweaters, to get the job done. This work was also seasonal, therefore massively insecure, and of course what little the workers did earn, the major share of profits went to Nichol and the middlemen who sourced the workers, mainly women, for cheap labour. So, great button, interesting history, not such an ethical company. If you think it's a modern phenomenon, think again. Fast fashion, of a sort, has been an issue for well over 100 years. If you'd like to learn more about the Nichols, swing over to my Patreon page for a long read, where I introduce you to more of their critics, a weird association with William Morris, and we find out what the brothers did next when they went their separate ways. And quite close by, we've got another piece of classic mudlarking fare, a corset busk hook, Victorian or Edwardian. I found some really good stories about corset busk hook makers, and I can't remember if I've shared them or not on here, so perhaps I will segue into a little bit about corset busk makers. I think there might be a mark on there, can't see, as ever. I'll have a look when I'm home. Yeah, might do a bit about corset busk makers. If I don't, then you'll know, because it won't be coming up, and if I do, it will be coming up. I've seen something round and metallic down here. Here it is. But I've just seen a little fold in it that may be telling me it's a sail tarpaulin ring. Let's have a look and see what it is. It looks fairly delicate, and I don't... Yeah, oh dear. Okay, let's have a look. Ooh. Maybe it's more than I thought. Oh, promising. Okay. God, it's so fragile. I'm going to have to turn this off for a sec. Not even sure what that is, so I might wait till I get home to see it. It's either like the inner from a drinks lid, or it is something good. I will wait till I get home. It's very fragile. There we go. I think it's just a very, very thin button. Maybe it was a two-part button, and that's just the back. I can see there some holes. Alright, I'll get it cleaned up at home and show you what it looks like.
There are no real features on this apart from it's heavy, it's metal, and it's got this sort of verdigris colour. So I'm guessing this is a piece of shrapnel, World War II shrapnel, ground to air missile kind of thing. Or yeah, just that. I'll show you some bits that I've got at home. I've shown you it before, but I imagine that's what it is, all twisted and mangled as it is, and exploded out. I think it's torn away there. So yeah, there you go. So I'm in an area of really, really tiny little metal bits, slowly making my way through to see if there's anything, because sometimes there is. And here, that's a nothing, but that's a something, although it is incomplete. But it's a tiny medieval mount, a leather mount. It's missing the back shank, so that would have extended up there. So if you look in the Egan book, the dress accessories, medieval dress accessories, you'll find these in there. But these are really cute things. I've got a few at home, and yeah, so I'll just carry on working through here. I've been picking up these little metal things with loops on because I think I'm going to thread them all onto a little necklace and wear them, so I'll let you know how that goes. But there we go. Just to show you an area of the foreshore for a minute, what you can see down here eroding out, lots and lots of pieces of saggar. So there's a piece of tin glaze. And then over here we've got more tin glaze saggar. There's another big piece there. It looks like the bay. Oh no, it's the side. And then we've got some salt glazed saggar here. I will probably, yeah, I'll leave that in there. But there's just this huge area here where obviously there's another piece of saggar. And there's been a big dump from a pot house of all these saggar pieces and kiln waste. There's another piece there. When they're like that, pretty much stuck right in to the foreshore, I just leave them in there until they come out. If I find them, I find them, and if I don't, I don't. Yeah, I just wanted to show you this little area here. Okay, it's super windy now. You might not be able to hear me, but look down here. It's broken, but that's a huge link on a piece of mail armour. That would have been a big circle. And she's dropped it, of course. Alright, well there it goes. And she's recovered it, there it is. Huge link there. Is it mail armour? I think it is, but it's just such a massive link. But you can see there the clue that it's mail armour. Okay, we'll have a look. Here we are, a lovely little smattering of standard finds. So, in this area where I'm just walking across to another area, got a little plastic button. This piece of transferware, but look at that detail on there. It looks like a vase on top of a mantle or something. Is that a bird cage or? Yeah, that's quite a tantalising little piece. Down here we've got some Staffordshire slip-combed ware, and then here the piece with the most age. That is a piece of Westerwald or Scratch Blue possibly, but that's a nice little piece. I'll take that one home with me. And down here, I know you can see it, and we can see it's a little nibbled.
There we are, 18th century. A definite lever for someone else to find, but a nice example there of an 18th century clay pipe bowl and the stem which would have been there and gone for some way. I've spotted a really nice, what I think is a really nice piece of pottery down here, so let's go in and have a look. It should have some nice decoration on it. I haven't quite worked out what it is. It might just be transferware. Ah, there we go. Yeah, that's pretty, isn't it? It is transferware. Lovely. Good piece of red glass there, and there's a bottle, partial bottle over here that I won't take, but let's go and have a look at it. If I can find it, as ever. The tide just whooshed right in, and it might have taken it out. Right, I'm going to go and find it. All right, there it is, hidden. There you go. So let's see if we can see something on there. There is a number of some sort. I mean, not huge age, but yeah, drinks bottle there, probably early 20th. See if there's anything inside here lurking. You know what? This is a little bit more interesting than I first thought. So, I'm not sure if you can see there. Printed on this bottle, it says Peter the Great, who famously visited this area that I'm in. You can see through there, look. So, yeah, I'm going to do a bit of research on this broken bottle and see what that's all about. Let's see if we can get a better look. There, so yeah, not sure. Let's find out some more about it. Alright, so the sun's fully out now and I feel like I am really really working for this. It's one of those hot and hard moments. Anyway, down here there's a coin. I wonder if you can spot it. I'm going to go into it. Here we go, probably best this way. I don't know what it is yet. Could be old, could be modern. I'm hoping it's got a bit of age. Right, here we go. And it is just there. So the first time we're both seeing it, I mean, it's quite big. So let's see what we've got here. Okay, let's go in. Oh, what? An old 10p. Ah, do you know what? That is quite cool, but I had higher hopes. But where's it for? JPM. So what is this? A token for 10p. Let's get it cleaned up. Alright, let's put a bit of water on that. So, a token worth 10 pence for a place called JPM. Nice piece of redware here where you can see the form and the glaze and where it's been fired, how the glaze has worked and where it's been on some stilts maybe or something so it doesn't stick to the kiln. I don't know, there's a little scar of some kind in here. Anyway, I'm definitely 100% leaving this, but I just wanted to show you the lovely form and the lovely colours and the kind of the crackling and oozing of the glaze here where it's gathered. I'll leave that down there for someone else to find. Alright then, well that's it for today folks. Thank you for joining me down here again. I'm glad to be back on the foreshore. Couple of nice finds, like that button find with the name and address. And yeah, if you want to check out some writing that I'm doing, I do weekly,
go and have a look at my Patreon, see some deep dives of the finds that we find here. I write about them over there, so yeah, if reading is your thing, go and have a look. Until next time guys, take care, see you then.